All right, guys and gals, Prime Days is on us, and we got all the hot tools plus some bonus stuff as well. We're going to jump into it now. The first one I'm going to tell you about. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this one because I'm geeking out on it. All right, it is the cordless car dryer, air dryer here from EasyWorks. WOX, because they got to be cool like that. It's $127.99. I get it. When they reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we send you this?" I was like, that looks cheesy as all hell. Sure, I'd love to make fun of it or something. I'm gonna have to eat some crow. So this is like the typical little blower I keep around, little air duster kind of thing. This is this, and then I've got my up over here. I've got my Ego, leaf blower kind of stuff. This thing is absolutely insane. All right. Now I'm not going to change the sound or anything. So if you're wearing headphones or something, this is your chance to take them out or turn it down or something like that. But there's a little button on the back. There's a little USB port, and you press this little button, and it's armed. And I say armed for a reason. Okay. I'm not going to pretend here. All right. I'm not going to point towards my microphone either because it'll probably blow out my microphone. The air power this thing has, here I got some napkins over here, let me show you. And I know we're not going to spend this much time on everything here, but this is just your basic napkin here. It's shredding my napkin. As opposed to something like this, if I turn it on. And I love these. I think these are fantastic. I hate this little turbo thing. This is great for dusting off my keyboards and parts and even some shop tools and stuff like that. This thing cleans the whole shop. I could get my big air duster down. I mean, it's not perfect, okay? Let's be honest. On Prime Days, it's $128. The battery is built in. You can't take the battery out. It's USB-C rechargeable. Oh, that's not it. It's up here. But we just have all sorts of fun with this thing. It is ridiculous what you can do with it. I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait for the first snows, but I'm going to use this for blowing, the snow out of the walkway and off the car and all that kind of stuff. Of course, you can't do that with super heavy wet snow, but with dry snow, and we're up here in the mountains of Montana, so most of the snow we get, it's always cold, so the snow's pretty dry. Anyway. As I said, I've been geeking out on this thing. I've been waiting to show it to you. They've been telling me to hold off, but they got it on sale on Prime Day. So there you go. It's the EasyWorks. It's not sponsored. They just sent it to me because I honestly thought it was a cheesy gimmick and I'd be able to roast them, and I can't. At the price, it's hard to justify the price. At $130, but if you're in that one category where, if you're a car detailer, all day long, all right, let's keep going here. Next up, we got Ego. Speaking of Ego, how about this? We've got the Ego lawnmower here. This is let me pull up on screen all the way, the LM2134 SP2, all right? So that's self-propelled 21-inch deck on this. You're getting not one, but two batteries, two 6-amp-hour batteries, and Ego batteries ain't cheap. That is a premier kind of electric lawnmower there. You will be king of the cul-de-sac with this sucker. It even has the multi-blade system, so you can adjust. It comes with 3 different blades. You can mix and match to get the right type of lift and cut that you want. I can't recommend Ego enough. $679, that's 23% off. Let's talk about, we got some power options here. We got the EcoFlow Delta 2. Now, I run the Delta 2 Max, which is about double the power of this. But the Delta 2, this is a great kind of day camping, overnight camping kind of thing. Emergency power backup to a point. I mean, and let's be honest though, unless you're dealing with hurricanes and stuff like that, most people, when they lose power, it's for 1 to 2 hours. And for the stuff you're going to need to run, this will probably be fine. Your fridge and going out for 2 hours will probably be fine. It won't be an issue, right? You're not going to need to run your fridge on it. But for, like, say you got to still get some work done or laptop or stuff like that, charge your cell phones and that kind of thing, or you're doing a picnic, you're doing day camping kind of thing, these things are great. $349. Now, the rule of thumb used to be that it was $1 per watt hour, and now we're seeing less than 50 cents. This is insane pricing. 349. That is, I said, and I'm going to show you some other stuff here too. All right, Gidrocks. Again, love these names. This is the company reached out to me. They actually sent me this thing. I'm working on a video on it now. For the amount of power you get, this is a 10,000 watt tri-fuel inverter generator. Okay, it does it all. It's ultra quiet, fully enclosed. It's got remote start, the CO sensor. It's got eco mode, full inverter for that perfect sine wave. And if you've been around the block, you've seen this style of generator before, so you know they're just OEMing it from somebody else. At $1,500, nobody else is touching this thing. All right, right now my son's up at college over at MSU, Montana State, and they're doing they're building a parade or a float for the homecoming parade, and they had to do it off-site because they're like sabotaging each other's thing. It doesn't matter. It's a college goofiness kind of thing, but they needed a generator. I'm like, so they came, two boys came and got this, and they've been all week. They've been using it offsite to build their float and stuff, and they've been running it for hours at a time because they're not the type that's going to manage it. They're just going to turn it on and let it run, and they said that this worked great for them. So there you go. Anyway, let's keep going here. We got the Win. This one's a pretty nice one. The 4,800 watt inverter generator. It's got the luggage style handle that pops out with the wheels built in. It's fully enclosed inverter generator, which means that you're going to get that super quiet, kind of run on it. It's what else? Oh, it's parallel capable. That's what I was trying to remember. So you can plug two of these together. If you want to get up to those higher numbers, you can get up pretty high with that. It's not tri-fuel or any of that other stuff, but it's 20% off, coming down at $451.99. All right, then I said we'd have some other power options. Here's the Oops Mega 1 here, 1,024 watt hours, again, coming in with LiFePO 4 batteries, which all these, I don't show ones that don't have LiFePO 4 batteries at this point. These have been great systems. We use the Mega 2, so this is the Mega 1. It's a 1K box for $359, and then we got the Mega 2 2K box for $749. We've been using that up at the off-road park. In fact, we're going to be using it. We got an event this weekend. We'll be up there powering everything this weekend with this. And I've got this one with the 2 batteries, and then we got the Mega 1 we'll use for like some, powering, probably setting up a power station for people to charge their phones and stuff. We're not really doing like races and stuff. We got some grudge matches going on, but it's more of a thank you for everyone, all the sponsors and everything, and the families who've been supporting us all summer. So it's more of a party than anything else. But we're going to be, again, using the portable power up there. And it comes in, it's to the point where people are like, they're calling me like, are you bringing the power? Yeah, I'm bringing the power. Don't worry about it. And then they got this thing. This is insane. It's the Mega 5. 4,000 watt. That's the power output. It's got a power capacity, the tank, if you would, 5,040 watt hours of capacity on this thing, coming in at, talk about less than $1 a watt, less than 50 cents a watt, $1,849, lowest price in 30 days. Thing's a beast. You will need help picking this thing up. Just fair warning on that. All right, then we got the DJI. It's more expensive. This is the 2K box. You're looking at 50 cents, just under 50 cents a watt hour. I love this thing. And one of the things people keep skipping over with the DJI is that they have external batteries. I have a set up right over here. And it's, you can hook up, I think it's up to 7 external batteries, daisy chain, because none of the other systems manage DC to DC power as well as the DJI. It's DJI. They are a top tier electronics company. So they know when it comes to like fine electronics and full inverter, and you're going to run your drones and your laptops and all your phones and all your tablets and all your high-end electronics on it. This is my go-to. When I travel, this is the one that comes with me because I'm taking my laptop and my tablet and my phone and my cameras, and I got some pretty high-end cameras, and I don't want to risk it with anything else. This is my go-to. And at that price, if you've got a lot of those electronics, this is the one you should be looking at, especially if you've got any DJI drones. All right. And we got to talk about, of course, the accessories that make your tools better. Over at denoftools.com, we are coming out, or we have come out, I should say, with a whole bunch of different solutions here for your tool storage needs. Currently, we've got tool trays. Do I have one here? I don't. Of course, I don't have one here. I've got the pick tray here. I always keep that one next to my desk, and so we got the pick trays here. This is for the Tecton set, although most standard like picks this size will fit into it. And these are stackable. They work. They're nice. They're compact design. But we have like a display style. We have a compact design. But then the socket trays. Currently, the socket trays are only for the Quinn master sets, the 5 master sets. The 3 chrome, the 2 impact, that's 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch in chrome, 1/2 inch and 3/8 in impact. It's not for like the big $400 master set that's got wrenches and whatnot. It's just for the sockets. All right. And why is this important? Well, these new master sets that they've come out with they're no skip, and they mean no skip. Like it has everything. So if you're using a traditional socket tray, you're going to end up with a dozen or so sockets that just have to sit in a drawer sad by themselves. Or you can buy extra trays, and then you have, and they won't fit because they don't have the right sizes for them, but then you have like half a tray that's empty just sitting there, taking up space. So we've designed fully compatible with the Quinn, and we're going to come out with other sets. Let me know. You can email me at red@denoftools.com. Let me know if there's other socket trays or other tool sets, organization things you think we should design for. We're making these here in Montana. We're making them ourselves, shipping them direct to you. So it's a great way to get rid of flies, to support the channel, and for us to give you a product that you like, and for you to support the channel and actually get something you're going to use rather than just some merch. But you can buy merch if you want. There's links down below. Good hats, stuff like that. We got shirts and whatnot. Anyway, denoftools.com. Just check it out. See if it's something you would use. All right, then we got the Energizer AA battery pack, 24 count for $36. We got the Ego blower, 24-inch electric blower. Now full disclosure, Ego did send me this blower. I've got it sitting down at my shop, and it's ready for winter. It's sitting there angry. Just the last winter, I didn't even break it out last winter. I didn't get a snow heavy enough last winter to justify it. We got snow, and it got cold, but it never really came down to the point where, hey, we had to break this thing out. All right, the O knife here from, it's the same people who make O Light. So it's the O knife, and it's carbon fiber overlay. It's a utility knife. It's got a bunch of multi-tools built into it. It does a whole bunch of stuff. It's a real kind of not just utility knife, but multi-tool kind of knife. It's really interesting. Anyway, it's on sale right now, 20% off, down to $27.99. All right, then the Zeit, again, for box cutters. I like the box blade, but unless you are cutting, it's $100. Unless you're cutting cardboard all day long, which my wife does all the cardboard stuff. She loves doing it. So she keeps the box blade in her car. In my shop here, this is what I have, and I bought it myself. And the reason I did was because I find for like breaking down boxes, like when they're still boxed, the box blade's great for once you've ripped the box open, got everything out, and then you want to cut it down to size. If you want to tear the box down, this sucker, because you can just jam it in there, it'll go to town. And it'll cut other stuff as well. But I always, thin carpet, plastic, cardboard, all sorts of pizzas probably. I don't know. I haven't tried it. $36.99 on that one. Can't recommend it enough. And they even have it in different colors, so you can choose the color you want. Somebody asked, I made a joke before that's the same colors as my old high school, Millard North. And they're like near Omaha? Yes, near Omaha. And then I used to live out in Fremont, further out from Omaha. I'm a Midwest boy. I grew up in Iowa, Nebraska mostly, a little bit of Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. And then I was like, oh my gosh, if I move to Illinois, I'll have the whole set. Gotta get out of town before that happens. Anyway, we get the Metabo HPT 18-volt triple hammer. This is a just beautiful tool. Metabo HPT is completely underrated and often overlooked as far as a tool line. Remember, they have lifetime warranty on all their power tools. And when I say lifetime warranty, I don't mean your lifetime. I mean lifetime of the tools. As long as they're making it. If they're making that tool, it's covered. That's what they should just call it. It's like if we still got it, it's covered warranty. And I haven't seen them change anything in a while, so you're probably pretty good there. Then we've got the mechanics gloves. Here we go. This is the anti-slip abrasion heavy duty gloves, touchscreen compatible, vibration dampening. Man, this thing's do it all. Coming in 20% off, down to $16. Then we got the Nico magnet. I almost called it a cordless magnet. It is cordless, technically speaking. Telescoping, that was the word I was looking for. I love these magnets. I use them all the time. I got to keep them away from the kids. They keep trying to turn them into lightsabers and end up breaking them. So I'm constantly buying new ones, it seems. Anyway, Nico's a pretty decent brand out there. Then talk about decent. How about this? The Bosch 12-piece assorted Daredevil spade bit sets. If you've been looking for some good spade bits, Bosch, when it comes to consumables and stuff like this, some of the best choices. It's kind of like my default go-to one. I always think, like the first thing I think of is I think Bosch when I think stuff like this. Maybe that's just me being old or whatnot. But anyway, $23.27 on that. Next up, we got the Hurricane 1000 volt insulated screwdriver set. I've talked about this one before. Fantastic homeowner grade, prosumer, if you would, insulated screwdriver set, because you get all, they don't give you a screwdriver for each one. It's basically a bit set of insulated bits with one handle, and you get the case and everything. So it's compact, it's less expensive. It's $20.69. Don't be shocked to find out how bad an electrician you are. Get insulated tools. We got Avery, big friend of the channel. We've worked with them tons and tons and tons. I've got a review I got to publish on their big 3,000 watt box, but their 22,048 watt hour box on sale for $579. It's, let's see, LifePo 4. It's got a ton of ports on it. It has a light that I don't care for. It's got a Bluetooth app, which a lot of the budget brands don't have. Harbor Freight, I'm talking to you. This is just an awesome box for the price. I mean, $579 for a 2K box. That is, what is that, 30 cents? I'm just doing it off the top of my head. About 30 cents a watt hour. That's insane. I can't believe we're here. A year ago, we were at $1 a watt hour, and here we are. Vitamix blender. I told you there'd be some bonus items. I absolutely swear by Vitamix blenders. I will not buy anything else. Yes, I know about all the other, like, oh, you should get the Ninja or all that. Nope. I've tried them all. Nothing comes close. And I mean, nothing comes close to the quality and the blend you're going to get out of Vitamix. In fact, I even had chat with the local steakhouse, rib chop house. They had Vitamix, and then and they were using them all the time. Finally, one of them died, and the manager at the time decided to be cheap, and he went and bought the Ninja at Walmart. He's like, "Oh, it's good enough." Even the bartender's like, "No, they're not good. They're not as smooth, and they don't last as long." And they eventually had to go back to Vitamix. Vitamix is the top shelf when it comes to blenders. It's $350, but this is one of those things we call it a buy it for life tool. All right. You buy this once and you will not be buying another blender. And in fact, this thing blends, it goes so fast, it can literally cook. Like you can make soup in it without having to cook it. You just run the blender. The friction, because it's spinning so fast, will cook the soup. Kid you not. All right, let's keep going. Levoit air purifier. For a budget air purifier, we've got those at home. I have it here in the studio. I constantly running. It's running right now. You can't even hear it. $84.99 on this. HEPA sleep. It's got the HEPA filter. It's got sleep mode, 3-in-1, removes dust, smoke, yada yada yada. Get some clean air, folks. Don't be stupid about it. Run an air purifier. $84.99. That's a great deal on that. All right, Eufy security cameras. This has been a hard one. I know Eufy. They messed up a while back, and there were security issues, and they were like taking information that they said they weren't. They fired the people who did that. They've cleaned house. They've apologized. They've made changes. They're still like, look, if you want facial recognition, they got to send it up to the server. That's all there is to it. All right. But you can also say, don't do that. You have that option. Plus, you've got the little, I'm looking over here because I've got the Eufy cameras, and we've worked with them, full disclosure. They've been a sponsor of the channel. They're not currently, and haven't been for like a year. And I'm still sitting here saying, These are the ones. I've tried all the ones that are out there, okay? All the ones. I've had super high-end ones. I've had super cheap ones. I mean, yeah, it's not always the right tool for the right job because there's not everything's a nail, right? But Eufy, just look at it. I have one over there for inside. I have two outside. I'm about to put up a third one outside. And, Montana, we get, in August, it regularly hits over 100 degrees. All right. It's not Vegas, but it's darn hot. Okay. And it's arid, during the summer. And in the winter, we will go a month at a time where it will not be above zero. I kid you not. Like easily 3 to 4 weeks solid where you never see positive, much less above freezing. I'm talking above zero. And my cameras still work. I've had them for, I think, 2 years at this point. They're never plugged in. They're always just solar only. They always work. They're fantastic. And that's what I love about them. They just work. I don't want to manage my security cameras. I'm an old geek. I used to do that stuff back in the day. Get stuff that works that you can rely on, all right? If you want to have a hobby playing around with cameras, do some other stuff. But for your security cameras, get stuff that just works. All right. Lodge, 6-quart. I mean, you can get Le Creuset, and I know a lot of people are really snobby about their Le Creuset, and they're idiots because if you go over to France, all the housewives in France are using Stobe. So that's what I bought for the wife. She absolutely loves those. But we have Lodge. That's what I cook with. When I cook out on the grill, when I'm cooking outdoors, I cook with Lodge, and I like it. They're made in America, cast iron. Now, I will say this. Their enamel stuff like this used to be made in China because they didn't have the capacity. They built a new plant in the U.S. that's doing the enamel cookware. I don't know if this one is out of that plant, but I like to support Lodge. And for the price, oh my gosh, this pot from Le Creuset would be $250. From Stobe would be like $300. It's $78, and you can get it all sorts of lovely colors and shades. And it's not radioactive. And for those of you who understand the baked enamel surfaces, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they have a ton of great stuff. Go check them out. Gift for you, gift for the wife, somebody bought a new house. Housewarming gift, all right? Lodge, made in the USA. Fantastic stuff. I can't say enough about them. All right. Ego this is the combo kit here. You're getting the grass trimmer and the 670 blower, not the 650, the 670 blower, 4 amp hour battery, charger, $300. That's a one and done kind of solution there. I cannot say more about them. There's not much I can say today, apparently. Anyway, this is top shelf stuff, guys. Then we got talk about top shelf stuff. I talk about a lot of jump starters and whatnot. And I don't often talk about NOCO just because of the price. The 2000 amp, like with like Wolfbox and Top Down stuff like that, you can get a 3000 usually for like 110, 120 bucks. Here you're getting a 2000 for 160. But if you want the top tier, that's a NOCO. And if you want ultimate reliability, this is it right here, 160 on that one. All right, then we got Ugreen NAS. A lot of people don't realize I've got a technical background, and I've got all sorts of certs and stuff behind my name, and it's all self-taught. All right, basically I came up. I was doing construction, and then I met some guys who were installing like Ethernet and stuff in homes back in the day, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I found out how much they got paid, and I'm like, I want to do that. And then I started like running network. Cat5 and fiber and stuff like that, and then doing Wi-Fi tower builds and all that kind of stuff. And then I eventually taught myself how to build servers because we were building server rooms. So I'm like, well, how do you build the servers? Taught myself that. And that's how you move up. You see a job you want or a pay grade you want, and you teach yourself that, on your own time, and that's how you step up. Anyway, I used to build NAS boxes. I've done blade servers, the whole, HP blade servers, the whole 9 yards, all that kind of stuff. For the home use or for small business, this is a pretty nice system, guys. You're getting 4 slots. It's a 5-core processor. It's got 8 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I've heard nothing but good things from these guys. I run a 2-slot NAS down here. from QNAP, and I hate it. I hate it. Anyway. It's a whole other thing. I'm probably going to end up grabbing one of these because I want to expand my capabilities, and I think these guys. Synology used to be where it was hip and cool and stuff. I think these are the new guys who are really leading the charge for value priced network attached storage. That's what NAS is. Network. Basically, it's a bunch of hard drives in a box with a mini computer built in that acts as a server, sits on your network, so you can stream files and all sorts of stuff. That's the other thing. I'm getting away from streaming. I'm pissed at streaming. I'm gonna go down to the local thrift store and start buying DVDs and just ripping those suckers. I'm going back to that. Anyway, SanDisk. If you need portable, in fact, I have one attached to my computer pretty much all the time. I have I have this exact one, the 2 terabyte. It's on sale right now for $149. They have different sizes. They go all the way up to 8 terabytes. Now they're not cheap at 8 terabytes. It's $460, but that's 8 terabytes in your pocket. You guys know what SneakerNet is? SneakerNet. If you know what SneakerNet is, put a comment down below. Let me know my old school techies out there. All right, let's keep going. I can do this. Acer Nitro. This is a nice budget gaming laptop, all right? If you're looking to do YouTube, if you're looking to do some CAD design kind of stuff, Tinkercad, that kind of thing, any for 3D printing or whatnot, you need a laptop for the kids so they can game and do some schoolwork and whatnot. This is a good compromise, all right? You got the Core i5 processor, you got the RTX 4050 GPU, and it's important to have what they call a discrete graphics card. That means the graphics card isn't built into the processor or the board. It's its own standalone thing, which means the processor now can say, oh, this is heavy lifting. I'm not going to do this, and throw it over to the graphics card and let the graphics card handle it. And that's what's important. It's got 512, which is decent for a home system. 8 gigabytes, that's kind of, I run, on my PCs, I usually run 64 gigs, but I'm a power user. I think 16 is the minimum, but you can probably upgrade that pretty easily. All right, then we got Bosch. All right, the 12 volt max drill driver FlexiClick system. If you want an installation driver, this has got the chuck, it's got the offset, it's got the 1/4 inch, it's got the right angle, you got the battery, the charger, the bag, everything with it ready to go for $133. That is 44% off, and you can even get for it, check that out, you can get the rotary hammer attachment for a 12 volt. I almost want to get it just to play around with that, see what it can do. All right, then we got the Acro Mills 24 drawer organization. This is your parts bin, folks. Every guy worth his man card in his shop should have bins like this. Now, you can 3D print them if you want. I know I talk a lot about 3D printing. You can go that route. Or you can just buy this for $30 and be done, because they work just fine. I've used them for years. Acro Mills makes great quality stuff. It's 41% off. It's normally $50. I would grab a couple at that price. They even have them in different colors. All right, then we're back with Craftsman. This is the basic socket set. It's not the overdrive. It's not super fancy, but it's a 159-piece socket set for $99. I will say, go and check out Deals of the Week from yesterday and the Lowe's overdrive sets. I recommend those, all right? But if you don't have that kind of budget and you don't really care about whether they've got the teeth to bite into, over-tightened sockets and stuff like that, then this is a good go-to kind of set there for $99. All right, then we got the Bosch Orbital Disc Sander. This is the big boy, really high-end, good quality sander here. You're going to get, this is for high-end finishing, that kind of stuff. $254, it's 27% off on that one. We've got the Skill Saw. Not a lot of power tools on sale today. You got to realize companies have to pay to be part of Prime Days. So a lot of the big name companies, which are most of the power tool companies, they're like, you know what, we'll wait until after Prime Days and we'll do it ourselves, kind of thing. So I'm surprised to see any power tools, any name brand power tools. But here's Skill Saw's 10-inch. It's 20% off, down to $600. We got the Works Pegasus 2-in-1 folding table. I'm not a huge fan of it. But for me, it's more about the form factor kind of thing. I know a lot of people who love this thing. So based on I I can recommend it based on other people's love of it. You know, for me, it's just not my flavor, if you would. It's on sale for $109. We got the DeWalt cordless orbital sander here. It's on sale, tool only. Oh no, I take it back. This is, I don't know what I was saying there. This is a full kit, battery and charger included, for $119. I was gonna say that's pretty pricey for $119 for being on sale for tool only. Craig pocket hole jig here. It's on sale 29% off, coming down to $70. We got the Lexivon torque wrench, half inch, 10 to 150 foot pound there for $38.22. Just your basic click style torque wrench. We got the DeWalt multi-tool, one of the best multi-tools in the business. Super easy blade changes. I like the form factor, the handle on it, whole 9 yards. This is the full kit, charger, battery, bag, coming at $122.25. Although I will say this, DeWalt probably has the worst bags in the business. DeWalt, you need to step up. Shop vac here. It's not the super quiet Stealth Sonic, but it's also $67.98 for a 5-gallon. And somebody was asking, like, hey, when do you choose a poly barrel over a stainless steel barrel? And here's what I'm going to say. If you're on a job site, if it's going to be a situation where it's going to get banged around, kicked, thrown in the back of a truck, get the poly barrel. The poly is going to hold up longer. Any other situation, like in your shop or your home or something like that, especially if you're dealing with a lot of sawdust, get the stainless. It's so much easier to clean out. So you just wipe it down and it's clean. The poly, you get the static layer builds up, everything holds to it. It won't let go. The dirt builds it, fuses into the polymer. So yeah, poly barrels for job sites, stainless steel for everything else. All right, the Greenworks Pro brush, I've talked about these. Big fan of the Greenworks pressure washers. They're just killing it right now. $305 on that for the 2 GPM max pressure washer. Then we got the Fluke. It's not a fluke. Yeah, it's a fluke. The 17B Plus. This is so Fluke is a professional grade tool. I would call this a value pro level from Fluke. It's not one of their super high-end multimeters. But if you're looking for a serious multimeter that's really well built, a buy it for life tool, honestly. This is the way to go here. $125, $124.49, I guess. Don't want to charge you an extra 51 cents when I don't have to. Olight wireless charger. This is a flashlight and charger. It kind of has that Zippo kind of feel to it. They're great little flashlights. And then it comes with the little charger thing with it, so you can... And this thing about this, if I can describe right, so it's got a little flashlight. Flashlight goes in the Zippo kind of thing, which has a battery in it. And that thing by itself will charge the flashlight, I think it's about 3.5 times. Plus, you can plug in USB-C into the Zippo case, if you would, and it will show you, it has a little LED display, shows you exactly how much percentage is left on that battery. Easy to charge, just great. I like to keep these in the truck and stuff like that. So I always have a battery or a cell phone. I always have a flashlight that's charged. All right, Prime Days, it's doing it to me. Walker's Edge, man. If you've got some loud equipment that you need to silence, like say maybe in your tool drawer right next to you, you've got something that, I can't show it on camera, but maybe you can, sounds like that when you're getting it ready. Yeah, this is the ear protection you need. This is what I use. All right. And for those of you who don't know, I guess I could say former because I haven't done it since we moved up here in Montana. I'm a former concealed carry weapons instructor. Like people who get their concealed carry permits, I used to teach those classes. And I've taught thousands of people on the range. I've taught scouts. I've done firearms instructing for years. And the Walker, they're slim, they're comfortable, they work great. Those are always my recommended brand to go with. $39.86 on those. All right, then we got the TP-Link Tapio Matter Smart Plug Mini Adapter. These are smart plugs, all right? You plug them into you program them with your phone, you plug them into the wall, and then now you can control that outlet, all right? And for me, I have a bunch of stuff around the studio that I can do it with, like, Alexa, turn off sign.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on sign. Alexa, turn on sign. I think I went too fast.
Okay.
There we go. And I've got lights and a whole. In fact, and then you can program it all in as a group. So when I walk out, I'm like, turn off shop, and it turns off everything. When I walk in, I'm like, hey, Alexa, turn on shop. And it turns on everything. And I can turn everything off individually. I can say, hey, turn the AC on, turn the sign on, turn that light number 1 on, light number 2. I even have it set up to one of my workbenches goes through it because I've got batteries charging. And when I leave and I say turn off the shop, it turns off all my chargers. So my chargers aren't running overnight. And at 15 amp, about anything you plug in, I mean, even most table saws are running at 15 amp. Now, if you need 20 amp, they do have a version. TP-Link does make a version that's 20 amp, so you can do that as well. All right. Anyway, $19. I highly recommend them. Make life so much easier. Knipex. You know I'm a huge Knipex fan. These are the Super Nips. Come on, family-friendly channel. Don't go there. $29.91. Can't recommend those enough. When it comes to pliers, in fact, I was just shooting the with some of the guys in the shop last night, and we were topping. They're going through my toolboxes, and they're all in the trades and stuff, and electricians and mechanics and diesel mechanics and what else? Fabrication and general maintenance kind of guys. And the one thing they would all agree on, I like this ratchet or I like this, blah, blah. When they all agree on, when it comes to pliers, Knipex. They're the best ones out there. Everyone agrees. $29 if you need some made in Germany, high quality snips. This is the way to go. All right. And then we got the Knipex long nose plier with cutter. Now I will say this: these are great. They're really good. In fact, I have a set of them. They're great. $30.07. I will say this: it's not even on sale, but it's like $1. So you got $30.07 for $1.63 more. You can get the Weehaw. I got these at a trade show, and I actually bought them because I wanted to check them out because the handle always kind of like, is the handle? Yeah, the handle's it's that much better. It is. And I'm a Knipex fanboy. Get the Weehaw long nose. I love the handle design. And if you have them, let me know down below in the comments. I think you'll agree with me on it. They're just that much better. All right, then we got Gear Wrench 4-piece ratcheting set here, 84 tooth flex head for $99. That's don't even get me started. I'm looking for my Snap-on. My Snap-on's over there. Don't get me started on Snap-on ratchets. All right, for less than the price, for a third less than the price of one Snap-on, you get a tool truck equivalent 4-piece set in flex head, 84 tooth for $100. All right, for those of you who don't know, Snap-on's doing great, but not their hand tools. The hand tool segment is dying. The part that's doing good is the business services and the shop services and their fleet sales. All right, the individual mechanic sales, those are dying off, guys, because people are like, I can buy a Snap-on or I can get 4 Gear Wrench. All right, and I'm not saying Gear Wrench is the best. I'm just saying they're one of the many tool truck alternatives out there that are worth looking at. SK, that used to be one of the top tier ones, but now it's kind of a prosumer grade. $45.59 on the screwdriver set. We got the SK ratchet here. It's no longer made in the USA, but it is a decent little ratchet. 90 tooth, pair head, 3/8, $25.99 if you're looking for that. The Duratec Crowfoot wrench set. Definitely not tool truck equivalent, but if you need Crowfoot, there's only so many, there's some jobs out there that really nothing else will work for it. And nice little set with the foam coming in at $25.49. Then we got the Hardell digital calipers. I've talked about these before. I am an absolute convert when it comes to these. Let me pull up. So this is your standard caliper, the magnet attached to it, from Harbor Freight. Okay, everyone's seen these, and they're almost identical to the ones you get on some of the tool trucks. All right, and that's what they look like. Let me activate it here, there, so you can see the size of the display. And then this is the caliper she told you not to worry about. Look at the size difference on the display. All right. And what sucks about these? It's that battery door. You know it comes off. The battery goes flying out. You got to find another battery, or the battery's dead and you got to find a replacement battery. This, no battery door. No battery, because it's rechargeable. That's USB-C. Rechargeable, no battery door, larger screen. Everything about this is better. The edges on it aren't quite as sharp, so you don't really cut yourself with it if you're not careful when you pick them up. You know what I'm talking about if you've used calipers a lot. $30.39. It's not the same price, but oh my gosh, especially for not having to get out my glasses every time I need to look at my calipers. Yeah. All right. Then we got the OEM. Again, I have to talk about these. I did the video with the 5-drawer cart, and a lot of people commented like, oh, what are those trays? And then the guys were here the other night, and they're all, one guy's wife was like trying to steal my magnetic tray set. My wife has stolen many of my magnetic tray sets. These things are hugely popular. Christmas gifts, definitely. Now, a lot of people make them, and there's a lot of generic ones out there, but I would go with the, right now, I'd go with the OEM tools because, first of all, OEM doesn't make this. They OEM it from someone else. But that said, they're a well-known established company that's going to stand behind it. So if you have any problems, they're like $1 more for the 4-piece set from OEM than it is from the no-name set that you'll never hear from again and that you don't know how they got sourced. Spend the extra buck, get it from OEM tools. Absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, they collapse down to super low profile, so you can fit a bunch of them in a drawer or something. Anyway, Capri tools, another one of our tool truck alternatives. We've got the super thin set here. Again, these are one of these get out of jail free kind of tools. You're not going to use them every day, but when you need them, my gosh, nothing else will do. $28.18 on that set. All right, then we've got the Mega Socket. There we go. Capri Tools 3/8 drive shallow semi-deeps. All right, so you get the shallow and the semi-deeps and deep impact. I take that back. You get all 3 sets. All 3 sets in 3/8, 8 to 22, no skip in shallow, mid, and deep for $116. That's a lot of sockets there. All right, then we got the wrench extender. If you need some extra leverage, stop putting a pipe on everything. Grab something like this that's designed for it so it won't slip off and bust your knuckles. $33.89 on that. All right, then we got the Gear Wrench 30-piece 12-point ratcheting combo set here, SAE and metric, 1/4 inch to 1 inch, 8 to 24 with racks, coming in 26% off, down to $182.35. Come on, Gear Wrench, they're the ones who invented this segment. If you're looking at, if you're looking for something, you gotta consider them. All right, then we got the Gear Wrench Comfort Grip 3-piece handle. They're more expensive. All right, you're looking at 92 this time. They're long reach, they're flex head, they're comfort grip. You're looking at $141.03. Then we got the 1/4 inch set from Gear Wrench with the 120 XP. They don't say tooth, they say XP because it's like a simulated tooth design. Anyway, they're still super smooth. 1/4 inch socket set with case coming in at $67.22. Then we got the Vessel Megadora interchangeable ratcheting screwdriver. I'm a huge fan of the Vessel products. Not really on sale, but there is a $3.78 coupon. Remember, you got to click the coupon to get it. They're not going to automatically apply it. And it comes with the bits, and the bits are fantastic. Remember, the Phillips, they're not Phillips, they're JIS, so they're even better than Phillips. We've got the Earn Twist 228-piece screwdriver bit set. All right, if you just need a bunch of cheap bits in a case, $24. There you go. We got the Hazit. If you don't know Hazit, I don't know what to say for you, man. Hazit Hex Key. They're a European. I think they're German. Considered very posh, high-end German kind of stuff. I would say they're like supposed to be on like the same level as like Knipex and stuff like that. Definitely what we consider tool truck equivalent over here. Anyway, 7-piece, different sizes and versions. It's your basically hex key set there. Nice comfort grip handles on them. $68.23. You don't see a lot of sales on these, so just be happy you're seeing anything. Weehaw here, 7-piece precision screwdriver set here, coming in at almost $26. Then we got the Hazit screwdriver. Now this is a 5-piece here. You got the Phillips, you got your flats with the composite handle, coming in at $49.19. We've got the Hazit torque wrench. This one is coming in here at 20% off. Click style torque wrench with the case, $155.67. And then we're back with Weehaw with the leverage end nippers here, 8-inch. Not super big, not super small, just kind of in the middle. Lowest price in 30 days, coming in at $24.34. Then we got the Billy tools. As you see, I bought these back in February. Great budget a combination adapter set. Basically, every adapter you're looking for, whether you're looking for swivels or you're looking to go from a half-inch to a 3/8 or from a 3/8 to a half or anything in between, as well as your impact adapters with a foam case. Nice, compact, well-designed, coming in at under $30. Then we got the Duratec gasket scrapers. If you just need some cheap gasket scrapers, not a bad little set coming in for $16. Nice handles on it, good, hard, decent construction. Sunex, again, another one of these tool truck alternatives. This is, you're like, why are we looking at a 7-piece wrench set for $105? These are jumbo wrenches. We're starting at 1 5/16, going all the way up to 2 inches. These are big boy pliers. You're going to get big boy prices. It's normally $125. 15% off takes it down to $105.70. Then we got some testers here. We've talked about Top Test back in the day quite a bit. On sale right now. If you've got a barbecue, if you're setting up a new water heater, get a gas tester. You can use soap and water. That's one way. You can use this, but both is better. Remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Don't be sorry when it comes to working with gas. Get a tester. RV gas tester. I mean, they're $18.75. Throw one in the RV, put one in the kitchen, keep one in the garage, and you're good to go there, all right? Then they've got, if you want to see how loud your air compressor or your shop vac is, we got a sound meter there for $25.49. We've got the anemometer. This is a wind speed tester. If you want to find out how fast the wind's blowing there, maybe how fast your leaf blower is, $25.18. Then we got the moisture tester here. It's coming in at $21.82. I love all these little things. They all use the same form factor. They're kind of cool. In fact, I think I've got some here. Do I have any? I've got the, where is it? Got the anemometer here next to my desk. And somewhere I've got some of the other ones here. I think they're down at the other shop. Anyway, it's always great to be able to, like, hey, how fast is that going? Or how much moisture is in this? Or what about, just grab your little tester there and you don't have to question yourself anymore. You know exactly what it is. All right, I was talking about jump starters. How about jump starters and inflators? I love these 2-in-1 combos. I think they all should be 2-in-1 combos. And I'm not a fan of combos, all right? Usually it's, they're good at they do everything, but they're not great at anything. Not in these cases. They've really just taken 2 good quality products and merged it in one case because they know that you're going to put this in your car and you need to have both of them. So they just put them together. This is a great setup here from Noco. You're getting the 2,000 amp jump starter plus the inflator, all of it in one for $210. Now, if you want to go with budget, we got the Wolfbox version of this. I'm a big fan of Wolfbox. I keep Wolfbox in my cars and trucks. 4,000 amp jump starter plus the inflator. It's coming in at $140 on that one. And then if you're on a budget, Astro AI's got you covered. 1,500 amp peak power there for the jump starter plus the inflator, $48.99. Again, if it's critical and you got the money, get the Noco. If you got a bunch of cars and you need to put one in each, and money is an issue, and you just want best bang for the buck, get the Wolfbox. If you're on a budget or just you don't need that much power, then get the Astro AI. All right, then if we need scan tools, we got the X-Tool D7. This is an old classic standby. This is updated for 2025. Comes with 3 years of updates. It's bi-directional. This is a budget pro option, $325 on that. If you want all the connectivity in just a little wireless one, you use your cell phone for everything else. Guys will comment in the channel. Guaranteed, go down and look at it. People will be, I've got Blue Driver. I love it. I've seen pros who tried these and been stunned the amount of codes and stuff that they can handle. It's on sale right now for $69.95. That's down from $120. Then we got a bunch of these DeWalt's, and I got to tell you, I've been stunned by the quality of these DeWalt accessories. All right, these are, so you have a choice. So you can either put them in your ears to listen, or they have built-in speakers so you can share your tunes with your friends on the job site. $68 on that. We got the little wearable Bluetooth speaker for $48 if you're like me and you don't like having stuff stuck in your ear. Then if you don't mind jamming stuff in your ear, you can go with the DeWalt, version of the AirPods there for $66.28. Then we have the active noise canceling earbuds here for $110. Then we got the other version. Now this is very similar to the first version, but it doesn't have the speakers. It's on sale for $55.23. All right, but then we got to talk about the cables, because I got to tell you, I've cables on cables on cables. I use cable. I have cables everywhere. I have a whole drawer. This is just all I could grab in one hand of cables. All right, that's maybe a quarter of my drawer. Oh, here's the 20 amp power plugs that they have. I was talking about. Anyway, DeWalt cables just last. And they used to be way expensive. The prices have really come down, because look at this. And I don't know who's making them for DeWalt, because clearly DeWalt doesn't have a factory making cables. But whatever they're speccing them from, they're the go-to. They're the goats. That's all there is. $15.99, $16 on this, down from $20. And this is USB-C to USB-C or USB-A. It's got the attachment built in, so you can change it. I thought I had some other ones, but it looks like they sold out, so we're going to move on. We've got the DeWalt anti-fog. These are great wraparound, full coverage eye protection here. Fantastic for $10.30. We got the Skill flip driver, so you can put a drill bit in one end and a driver bit in the other, so you can pre-drill, then flip it and drive without having to swap tools or anything like that. And on top of that, this will run on, I believe it'll run on both 12 volt and 20 volt, which is insane. But this, as it comes with the 20 volt kit, so you get the 20 volt battery, USB-C charger, everything, and then you get the flip capability, so it's a 2-in-1 tool. All of that for $80. That's 27% off. Then we got the Skill multi-tool, the cordless multi-tool there. Nice little DIY multi-tool here, coming in 20 volt full kit. Battery, charger, some sanding, some attachments, $78.64. Then we got the router, just a really, actually fairly good router. A lot of guys have, when their Porter cables finally died, they couldn't buy another one. They were kind of on a budget. They went this route, and they've told me, hey, I love this thing. I was really surprised. But here you got a router with the table for $169. Then we got the table saw. Now this is their super compact 8¼ inch, right? This one does not have the legs that spring out like the Spider one. Like there's this one, which is cool, but it's not on sale. But if you want super compact, you can sit up on your workbench. You can get legs for it if you want, or do, some other route. $217.55. Then we've got the Win benchtop bandsaw there. It's on sale, 20% off, for $130.39. We got the Buck Tool Combo Belt Sander Knife Sharpener here. This thing is absolutely fantastic for the money. It's on sale right now, 20% off for $175.98. Buck Tool did send this to me, and it's become my go-to grinder in the shop. It really has. We got the Buck Tool 12-inch drill press. Buck Tool is really just dominating when it comes for online tool sales for this kind of stuff. $231.43, that's 20% off for a 12-inch drill press. We got the folding tables. I've got one here. I've got this exact table here. I have 3 of them. There's one here, there's one there, and there's one over there. And what I do is they fold up and they slot between some other workbenches. And then, so when I'm not using them, I just put them away, and then they don't take up space. And then when I have a project, I pop one out, fold it up. So like basically I'm rebuilding a stereo, and waiting on some parts that are kind of hard to get. So it's still got the stereo and everything on it, and it's slotted in over underneath the workbench, not folded up. It's still got the stereo stuff on it, but I needed another one. So I popped open, and I'm going with that. I have all 3 of them out right now, because this one's kind of become my desk side general table kind of stuff. Anyway, speaking of stuff. So right here, and I'm a preach 3D printers again. So I lost the pin out of my thing here. So I'm just about to fix it. I just 3D printed a replacement pin that's going to go in there. And then I'm going to fix my little grabber here, so if I drop things behind one of my toolboxes, I can get it. And rather than spending 20 bucks, and it may seem like, oh, you spent $300 for a printer and you save $20. But I've done this dozens of times at this point. 20 bucks here, 20 bucks there, 40 bucks here, 50 bucks there. Dude, it adds up. And just the time and having to run, like the thing I did with the funnel, it's a 39-cent funnel. It was half an hour to run to the store that I didn't have to do. All right, I'll keep going. All right, then the hand truck. This is something else we bought, purchased in June. It folds like super flat. It can hold 250 pounds. It's made by Olympia, they make tool carts and stuff, probably ones that you have from other brands. We're actually made by Olympia. They make great stuff, 54.26 on that. Highly recommend it. Then Fantic. Fantic, they're known for these little electronics and stuff like that. I have a ton of the Fantic stuff. I have the Fantic blower, and I've got a Fantic tape measure. And this thing's got like a laser that comes out of a whole 9 yards. I've got the screwdrivers, all sorts of stuff. And then they came out with this, and this is weird. These outdoor tables. All right. And they're not inexpensive. And they asked if they could send me one. And I said, sure. And they sent me one of these, and they sent me one of these. And I don't know if you can see it. That's actually it right there with the folding one on top. And I was like, who's buying premium outdoor tables? Well, they're pretty good. Here's the deal. Like the 4-foot table. A table like that from Costco is going to run you like, well, they've been getting more expensive. They used to be like 20 bucks. They're now probably like closer to 35 or 40. So on sale, not a bad. They are better quality. They're just a step above, especially the table like this one right here, the little scissor table, because typically what you get is the old like TV dinner stand kind of thing where it has the two legs that come out like this. And then you're trying to lock that one end as it's flopping around and it's trying to slam on your fingers and stuff. This is just a better design, just all the way around. It's well thought out. Somebody sat down and was like, how can we build a premium version of this that works and isn't a pain in the ass? It is, but it's also $56. This is one of those kind of premium choice products that's not for everybody. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's worth the money. You have to decide if it's worth the money for you. Is it high quality? Without a doubt. Is it better than the Costco stuff that's out there? Without a doubt. But is it something that I'm going to say, everyone should buy this, it's going to change the world? No. It's just nicer to deal with. And if you've got the extra cash to spend on it and you want that, then that's on you. I like it. I'm going to use them. I got them sent to me, though, so I don't know if I would buy them. It'd be hard. It'd be a hard one to choose. I'm like, because the frugal part of me is like, I'm not spending the extra money. But I've fought those tables before. All right? Maybe not as big a deal on the big folding table, but on that scissor table, I might do it on those tables because we've got two of those things, and every time I swear the thing's going to collapse on me. So just my 2 cents on those. All right, Flex Stack Pack here, $140. If you're looking for the 3-drawer system, that's 22% off. Then we got some T-Stack here for you. We got the 2-drawer coming in at $31.44. We've got the Duratec locking boxes here coming in at $20. And then the last item, all right, I know the mini toolboxes. Everyone loves them. I've got, where's mine? There's mine right there. Everyone loves the mini toolboxes. All right, love the mini toolboxes. But maybe you want to step up your game and show up all the other mini toolbox owners. And get the PIT. The PIT, this is in white. Now they have it in other colors. $40 for a 5-drawer mini toolbox cabinet, all right? And they do sell a top box for this. I kid you not. I don't see any pictures of it. I'm sure it's around on the website here somewhere. But you can get, look, WorkPro's got theirs. It's on sale for $32. That's adorable. But if you want the real professional grade mini toolbox, and I say professional grade because Snap-on sells these with the branded Snap-on for like $140. Because, of course they do. But you get the mini toolbox there for 40 bucks. Anyway, there you go. That is your deals of the week. Remember, don't forget to check out our website, dentotools.com. If you've got the Quinn master sets, definitely look at it. If you're thinking about getting Quinn master sets, this might be the thing that tips you over and makes you decide to get them. Also, we got the socket trays, and we're going to be coming out with more stuff because I didn't want to, it was this kind of thing where I didn't want to start like a Patreon. I don't like hiding the good content. I don't like being one of those creators that always begs for money or memberships and stuff like that. We want to go like, hey, we've got a real product. You want to support the channel. Let's meet in the middle, all right? Anyway, dentotools.com. Check it out. Links to everything else down below. If you like what we do, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.